study is the subject, and we are looking at consequences of family size on the individual and the nation. The other day we talked about consequences of small family size, consequences of large family size. And we saw that the small family size will do better if well taken care of. Today we want to see the consequences it has on the individual. And we are focusing in on the large family size and how it has a negative effect on the individual. I will just talk about the individual and then we'll take the generality of what we put down there, 6 points. First, on the individual, for people who comes from a small family, most times their education is better because the small funds can be used to educate these individuals. They are well cared for, they are well educated because their parents can cater for them. 2, their health. It's better because they are well taken care of, feeding wise, health wise. They eat well because they are few and the little thing they work for can feed them better. Then another thing is it reduces overcrowdedness in the house. Their family relationship is a very close one. They have close ties in their family. They resolve their conflict resolution. It's easier because they are few and they can handle themselves. The love and care they share in the home, it's at the peak because they are few and they are unitedly, harmoniously joined together. That is it for the individual. So the individual is a happy person, a person with humor, a person with love, a person with satisfaction, a person with good education, a person with self-respect, a person that is well disciplined. That is if he comes from a small family side that has good moral standard at home, that the parents are those who have done their duties very well. That's for the individual. Now let's look at the nation. I'm going to discuss 6 points here about the nation. 1 is non-development of high-tech areas. Because these individuals are not well educated, they didn't go to school or they are school dropout, or somehow they were not well cared for, educationally wise, they won't be able to fit properly into a normal school system. They won't even be able to be signed up into a good entrepreneurship program that will help them to fit into the normal world system. So high-tech area in the economy will be vacant because they didn't meet up to the standard of fitting into this area. This area will suffer. And the nation will suffer in that sector. Because this high-tech kind of education, either in entrepreneurship or in a normal school system, there will be a breach, a gap. Because these individuals are not well fitted. Now, secondly, high level of criminal activity. When you have so many children you can't care for, some will become something you don't even understand. You can't discipline them because you don't have that communication line open. That interpersonal relationship is not there. That love they share with you is not there. At the end of the day, they become nuisance to the society. They carry out criminal activities. They become touts. They become nuisance. They become cultists. They do all sorts of vices to put their life together. They do drug. Criminality becomes the order of their life. Because they are not educated, they don't have a job, they are not signing for it, an entrepreneurship program. So, they don't care what happened with their life. So, high criminal activity. Alright, we'll see high criminal activity. Here we see overpopulation. Every country is supposed to plan for its population. But by the time they said one family should have 3 children, and we are having 10, we are having 15, we are practicing polygamous home and marrying so many wives with so many children and grandchildren. Population planners cannot plan the economy. Infrastructure cannot be well planned. Job opportunity cannot be created well to meet up the taste of the people because the population they projected, it's more than what they see. It's a big problem. Okay? So, overpopulation leading to few hands, few infrastructural development, few jobs, that is available for many. You have one job and 1 million persons are applying for it. Overpopulation, overcrowding. You see some areas are overcrowded because the population is moving at an exceeding rate. It's moving at its height. It's doubling itself as the year go by. The place is overpopulated. Outbreak of disease, sorry. It will just spread everywhere. People will just die on the street as if the hospital will be filled. Control measures that are supposed to be put in place will not be workable. It's workless. Alright, we have another one, unemployment. Unemployment rate will be high at this instance. Why? Because the plan they have for the nation cannot cater for the overpopulated individuals who have been, who is in the country. The place is overpopulated, the jobs are few. So who takes the job and who does not? People become unemployed. And that reduces their standard of living. That reduces the heady nature of the individual. Emotional trauma is there, health nature is there, and different things that hamper peace and progress in the life of an individual, it's there. Remember, an hungry man is an angry man. When you cannot meet the standard of living, what do you expect of the individual? Okay? Reduce standard of living, that's what we are saying. Because there is unemployment, standard of living is reduced. You cannot bring in 3 square meals to the table. Some people go to bed hungry. Some eat once a day. Those who eat twice a day are the rich. If you eat 3 times, you should be grateful to yourself and to God. People are living below poverty level. So we want to be careful about what happens with our life. We want to be very, very careful about what happens in our life so that we manage our family size to be very small. We manage our family size to be very reduced. So these are the consequences of family size on the individual and on the nation. We've talked about non-development of high-tech area. We have the high level of criminal activities. We have overpopulation, overcrowding, unemployment, reduced standard of living, and on the part of an individual, lack of education, low educational level, low standard of living, lack of good health, lack of good eating habit because there is no means to do that. All of these contribute to the effect of family size in our life. So, as individuals, as adults, as teenagers coming, as students, learn to plan your life well. Let's have a manageable family that is workable for us. That will be our class for today. I will see you in our next class. Subscribe if you've not subscribed. Share the videos to those you think will benefit from it. Invite more persons so that we can make our community large. I will see you in the next class. Thank you for being part of our community.